right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we're going to turn to the east, towards Jerusalem, and give our praise to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakodash.
We want to give double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. These that taught us the truth, 100% truth, the true way of worshiping the Heavenly Father and His Son. I want to say peace and salutation to you hopefully elect out there that believe sincerely in this truth. It's a GMS Memphis camp, back at it once again, hey, with another camp lesson. What we got here today, hey, the beloved Nashville brothers coming to join to eat with us, to prophesy the downfall of America, aka Sodom and Egypt, aka Babylon. This is spiritually Babylon. This is spiritually Egypt. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Hey, let's start it off with the Ecclesiastes 3. Yeah, 3 and 1.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Jump to verse 6.
It says a time to get and a time to lose.
It said a time to get. This is the time we need to be trying to get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. While the doors of mercies is open. And it said a time to lose. We're coming into a time when we finna lose everything. You finna lose your job, you finna lose your house, you finna lose your wife because your woman, she's so heavily engulfed in this kingdom. Keep going.
It says a time to keep and a time to cast away.
It said a time to keep and a time to cast away. This is the time you need to be trying to cast away the burdens of men. Give me that in second Ezra. I think he said cast the burdens. Cast the burdens upon the Lord. Because these times that we are coming in, we're coming in some times where my people want to be led off the flesh. You're losing everything. People going to be trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Trying to take things into their own hands. Not depending on the Lord. Not putting their trust in the Lord. So people are going to be leaning on to their flesh, their own understanding. And they're going to lead them to death.
Because it says 2 Ezra 14 and 14, let go from these mortal thoughts.
So let go from your mortal thoughts. What I'm going to eat in those days. Is me and my family going to be protected, safe, secure. Let go for these mortal thoughts. If you truly have faith in the Lord, you know that He got you. As long as you being diligent and being a faithful servant to Him, He's going to be a faithful God to you.
And it says, cast away the burdens of men, put off now the weak nature.
And that's a weak ass nature. You say you believe in the Lord, but when hard times come, you got doubts. You really don't believe. The scripture speak about he that doubted is damn why he eat it. So you really don't have faith in the Lord, because you ain't showing it through your actions. Go back to the
Ecclesiastes 3 and 7, it says a time to render and a time to sow. It says a time to keep silence and a time to speak.
And right now is the time the Lord got His prophets out on the highways and hedges speaking. But sooner or later, the Lord will draw His prophet from off the scene. And it's going to be a time of silence. It's going to be a time of destruction, chaos going on. Keep going.
I had something back you up real quick. Okay. Jeremiah 28 and 8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against
prophesying of war, of evil, and of pestilence. And we coming back in the same lie. The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So right now in this wicked kingdom, America, we prophesying, hey, war is coming. World War III, pestilence, many diseases. How many diseases we done seen here in America? All these COVID names, COVID-19, COVID-24, the measles, you get SARS. We prophesying these things coming in. It's only going to get worse. Monkeypox. Type of shit.
Amos 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord power Yahweh, then I will send a famine in the land.
And this is what the Lord is going to bring. A famine. A lack of food. You ain't going to be able to go into your grocery stores and get your little daily little abomination food. You know, Jake like to eat pork. Like to eat crabs, seafood and shit. You ain't gonna be able to go in your Kroger or Walmart, Kmart, whatever you like to go. You ain't gonna be able to get there. Keep on.
Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, says the Lord power Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh.
See, this is the most important famine that the Lord is going to bring. Because you speak about man should not live by bread alone. See, Jacob's so concerned about, hey man, what I'm gonna eat, but what about this word? It's because according to Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Not no fucking McDonald's, not no catfish, no pork. That shit got an expiration date, but this word is known. You gotta know what to do in those times when Jacob's trouble hit. When these pestilence and this famine hit. If you don't know how to move, your ass dead.
Verse 12, Amos 8:12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east.
See, they're gonna wander from sea to sea. See, when that time of silence comes, the Lord draws prophets throughout the scene. They're gonna be wandering from sea and sea. I could have sworn I seen them brothers on BB King. Prophesying. I could have sworn hey, typing in GMS, GMS Memphis or GMS Nashville, hey, they'll pop up. But it ain't gonna be there. You might see IUIC, you might see TD Snakes, you might see the people who took the bait, Joel Osteen. You might see those people who took the bait, but you ain't gonna see the true prophets of the Lord that were telling you these things was gonna happen.
Amos 8, verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst.
See, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to be able to find it. You're going to be thirsting for the word, but hey, when the Lord was trying to give you this living water, and you choose to forsake it.
And Isaiah 65 and verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer.
Because the Lord calling you out right now. This is the church. Church goes back to I think the Greek word ecclesias, and it means to call out. The Lord is calling you out, because each brother is a lively stone. Make up the Lord's spiritual house. So the Lord is calling you out through his men. But what Jacob choose to do? Man, ignore it. Reject it. Yeah?
Isaiah 65 and 12, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes.
You did evil before the Lord's eyes. Here it is, we crying out loud, ain't sparing your feelings and emotions, telling you, hey, this is what the Lord's gonna bring. If you keep on celebrating these pagan ass holidays, worshiping these false gods, hey, this is what the Lord gonna bring upon you, but you still choose to be like, hey man, hey, I love seafood. Hey, my family always been celebrating Christmas my whole life. This is what I grew up on. But you ain't gonna be saying that in the day when Jacob's trouble hit. You You ain't gonna be saying it on a day, man, when your stomach touching your back, you can't eat.
Finishing it out. And did choose that wherein I delighted not.
And did choose that what?
And did choose that wherein I delighted not.
See, the Lord do not delight in these things that you do. This is why the Lord finna bring all this destruction here to America. Go back to the
Ezekiel 33:33. And when this comes to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them.
So all these things that we are prophesying about, famine, plagues, pestilence, the MOTB, the World War III, when all these come to pass, then you're gonna know that a prophets have been among you, telling you these things. But by the time that time hit, it's gonna be too late. And when it's too late, hey man, it's too late for your ass. Go back to the Ecclesiastes.
So, that's right. Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate.
See, this ain't no time to be lovey-dovey. And we just had that month, Valentine's Day, that Valentine's Day bullshit. Niggas buying shit for their little horse or wife. You know, for their little, for their what? For their bop. For their little 304. Like, man, these women, it's not yours. You just ring it. It's just your turn. You just ring this bitch. And here it is. You in this time of loving. When it's a time you need to be trying to get your mind straight, getting your mind geared to what's gonna come to pass.
Getting your house in order.
Yeah, getting your house in order.
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading on that.
It says, verse 8. I'm reading back over. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. A time to love and a time to hate.
A time of hate. Man, Donald Trump showing the hate. Man, look what he doing to the Northern Kingdom. Like, come on, bro. This they land. How you gonna kick somebody out their own land? And if it get worse, cause it's just going back into history. Like everything, history repeats itself because the Northern Kingdom got kicked out first.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Southern Kingdom. So history repeats itself. So same thing that Donald Trump doing to the Northern Kingdom. You think he ain't got to come to the Southern Kingdom? You so-called Negroes, he coming after you. He's showing the hate. Keep going.
A time of war and a time of peace.
It's at a time of war. This ain't no time or no fucking peace. Do we see peace? Do we even hear peace? Nope. The love of many is waxing cold. Niggas getting killed. Man, if you even talk over a basketball game, if I say LeBron James' son slow as a motherfucker, you gonna get shot just talking about him. This is how crucial it is.
Yep.
Like, what's that article you had read not too long ago? The Mayan woman had killed him just because he ate too much breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Look at this shit.
Madness.
This is the shit that going on right now. So this is a time of war because a civil war is coming, and we already heard about World War III going to take place.
Jeremiah 30 and verse 5. For thus said the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace.
See, this is what we prophesying to you Israelites. What they what's called here saying about the doomsday prophets?
Donald Trump.
Yeah. Like,
Prophets
we all
of doom.
prophets of doom.
Yeah.
We are not prophesying no peace. We prophesying a trembling. We supposed to trembling when you hear these words. Cause this word's supposed to shake free in you. Like, damn. This what's gonna happen?
Jeremiah 30 and verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child.
Can a man travail with child? Can a man have a baby?
Right.
But in this twisted kingdom, hey, fucking with Esau, a man damn near can have a baby.
Right.
But a man normally cannot have no damn child.
Yep. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
So, hey, showing you that means the toughest men, these cookies and Ray Rays, these, so yeah, Floyd Mayweather, 50 Cent, yeah, CJ, all these men that claim that they tough gangsters, Big Boogie, hold on, matter of fact, yo, go down the line, King Von, King Von, Chief Keef, Young Boy, all these dudes that claim that they tough, got these Tech 9s, these switches, they gonna be like a woman travailing with child. They gonna be like bitches.
In the corner crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because
Go ahead.
yeah, man, because the terror that the Lord is bringing to the earth, it's gonna pull everybody apart, man. You're gonna know, just like he said in Egypt, you know what I'm saying, with the Egyptians, they said this is the finger of God. You know, you're gonna know that it's a higher power that's bringing this, on you, man.
Yeah.
The AI robots that that the Lord is gonna unleash. It's gonna be, man, bro. Like, if you don't have a divine power, bro, man, to save you, you ain't gonna make it out of Jacob's trouble.
Come on, yep.
And just like how it says in Jeremiah 30:7. Oh, wait,
Yep. Jeremiah 30, verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
So it's going to be a time like no other. And the Lord called it Jacob's trouble, a custom-made trouble, a tailor-made trouble, specifically designed for you Israelites. Like this stuff that you be seeing on the movies, The Purge, what's the crazy?
Squid Game.
Yeah, Squid Games.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, you pay all your money to go see. You finna live in it. But that's just a glimpse.
Yeah.
That's a glimpse what you gonna be going through. Like Esau cannot even put it in his movies what the Lord got in store for you Israelites. And just like the movie, if you get scared, you can just walk out, or you watch a movie at the house, you can just cut that shit off. Nah, nigga, you gonna stay in this movie and you finna go through it. See, this is what the Lord finna put his people through.
Yeah. But if I may head off, cause just imagine, bro. Just imagine, like now, we can go to the grocery store and get what we need and pay for it, come out. But just imagine when every day you got to look for something to eat, to kill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was never raised up. Your dad taking you hunting and shit. Teaching you how to gut deers, skins, fish and shit. So a lot of people, man, like the Lord gonna knock a lot of people out of their comfort zone, man. They're gonna be forced to do it.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of Esau making everything convenient. So that you can take that MOTV, that flip. Hey, we got the solution.
Yeah.
All you got to do, everything will go back to normal if you take this chip right here. Worship me. That's what it's saying. That's what he's basically saying. Worship me. Because if you go into that, it says it's like a badge of servitude. You're going to serve Esau, either you're going to serve man. And that's why the scripture says we shall no longer stay upon Esau or the one that smote us. Now we're going to stay upon Yahweh because what? For one, he returned his name unto us, and his son is given unto the Israelites, the elect. And that's what's going to basically bind up the breach. Yeah, I got
a picture. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, starting at verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. To what end is it for you?
And that's to these wacky tacky Christians that claim they have the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the Lord. So they think the Lord is going to come back with all sunshines and rainbow, but according to the scriptures, he ain't coming up there. Let's see how he comes.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
See, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. It's not going to be no sunshines and rainbow. It's not going to be like no Oprah Winfrey show. She just bearing gifts. Hey, you get saved, you get delivered. No, his elect is going to get delivered, and a lot of people is going to be destroyed. The ones who didn't want to take heed, and that's you Israelites. And salvation is only for the Israelites.
And I was just gonna say too, man, just throw that in there too. There's no such thing as a rapture doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Because the elect, they are gonna get pulled out of it. But before they get delivered out of it, they're gonna have to go through a series of fucking hell. A series of fucking hell, bro, to get to that deliverance.
What, Acts 14? And 22, yeah, confirming the souls of the disciple. Through much shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. So we're going to go through a hard time. That straight gate.
Come.
Keep going on there.
All right. Picking up at verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
So that day is going to be like a nigga fled from a lion and a bear met him. Now think about you trying to flee from a damn lion. Like, you got away, but a bird met you. These two vicious animals. Keep going.
Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
So you got away from these two vicious animals. Went in the house, leaned your hand on the wall like you're good.
Like, woo,
Shit, man, I got away from these two crazy ass animals. But a whole time, a snake coming down the wall bit your ass. So this man, in those days, there is no escape. You might escape family. You might, get away. Might be your way is, man, I might run into support. I'm gonna eat it. I'm surviving. So you escape the famine. You escape the civil war. You escape all these events, but just to run into a nuclear missile. See, this is what the Lord got in store for his people. It's no escape. If you are destined to die in those days, you're gonna die. You gotta get that again. Jeremiah 15:1. Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 1. Then said Lord Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people.
See, these are two mediators. What it says, Samuel and Moses. Samuel and Moses. These are two mediators pleading for the Israelites. But even these two men cannot save you. That's why the scripture speaks about work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. I can't save this brother, or this brother cannot save me. So the works that he do is only going to save himself. So here it is, man. You got two mediators, pleading for the Israelites. But hey, let's see what the Lord tell these two.
Con, and it says, finishing up in Jeremiah 15:1, cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. It says in verse 2.
So the Lord said, cast these wicked ass niggas up out of my sight. Get them out of my face. Keep going.
Yeah, and it says in verse 2, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them.
So the Israelites come up to Moses and Samuel and be like, hey, where shall we go? Let's see what they shall tell them.
God, and it says, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, such as are for death to death.
Those who are destined. You read that in the NLT, it'll say destiny for death. Yeah. Those who are destined for death, keep going.
And such as are for the sword to the sword.
Those who are destined for the sword. A lot of people gonna be dying from gun violence, dying in the Civil War. Hey, keep going.
God, and it says, and such as for famine to the famine.
People gonna be dying off starvation, dying off hunger. You gonna have cannibalism going on. People gonna be eating their own goddamn children just to survive.
Just going back on the siege
of
66 and 70 AD. The Israelites, a lot of the Israelites, they were eating their own children. Other nations, they've done it too. Parts of Africa, the Hamites, they participate in cannibalism. They'll tell you that these different movies where the Negroes getting ate up by these Edomites, other nations. So that's gonna be widespread.
That's because in this kingdom, Jake love to eat. Like I think Jake eat about 4 or 5 times a day. Like they don't know how to fast. They don't know nothing about intermittent fasting. And then you go to work, man. It's like, man, you see Jake always going to the snack machine, Every